Okay, it is time for game two, and we are both opening 5-2. So, of the twos, Pawn, Native Village, and Crossroads, and of the fives, probably Tactician. So, Tactician is very good at lining up cards that you want to have together, and on this board here, that card in particular is going to be Treasure Map. So, opening Tactician, we're going to want to get two treasure maps as quickly as possible. Now, Kirian opens up with a Native Village, which I think is probably not so good here, because if you are lucky enough to draw Tactician on turn 3, you're going to want $8 to spend to buy two treasure maps. And so the only way to do that is by buying a pawn. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and open with a pawn, and then a Tactician, and look to get two treasure maps as soon as possible, and then have them collide. The other benefit from the pawn on this board here is that with all the gold floating around, that extra buy is going to be very useful. And so as you can see, I do draw my Tactician, which is fantastic. And that should give me a definite edge in this game. So I'm going to use it for a pawn off her card and $1. And I'll bring up to 8 to buy the two treasure maps. And so I'm looking pretty good. I draw my Tactician again, though I also draw one of my treasure maps. So I'm going to use my pawn for the card action to cycle my deck a little bit faster to increase the chance of getting this treasure map back when I draw my new Tactician hand. And so Kirian on 2-5 also has 8, and so he will follow suit and buy two treasure maps. Though I am a turn ahead at this point, so that is good for me. Alright, so I'll play the Tactician and hope for the best draw here. I got 3, so I'm only drawing 2 more cards out of those 5 I discarded. And I do draw both treasure maps, so I am looking pretty good at this point. I have an extra action, so I'll just grab a new card and $1. Play the treasure maps, and with 6, I have a lot of gold at this point, so buying another one isn't a huge deal for me. I think actually with this much gold, a very nice card to have is Salvager, because I'll be able to turn those golds into a lot of money, and I don't mind trashing 1 or 2 here and there. So I have 6 and 2 buys, so I can get Salvager and probably another pawn. Would be the best bet. And so here I have my gold, and at this point I'm just looking to buy provinces as fast as possible. And so he gets his treasure maps 1 turn, I guess 2 turns later. So at this point I'm looking pretty good here. I might as well salvage the gold. I have 3 more, and I'm looking to just kind of use the Salvager to expedite the end game at this point, because I'm already have the lead here. I'm going to use this for card $1. Hopefully I draw gold, draw another pawn, not a big deal. And I really just need points here. So I guess I could get a duchy. It's probably the best move. There's already a few provinces gone, and I have a few golds coming up, so I think this game could end in a hurry with all the golds flooding around. So, yeah, duchy's got to be the best bet. And here I draw 8 with a Tactician. If I had drawn less than 8, I would have played the Tactician, but with exactly 8, it does make sense to actually play it now. So I'll just go ahead and buy the province. And here I get a fantastic draw. Well, actually, getting all your green in one hand isn't so bad of a deal, as it makes it more likely that you draw all your good cards together. And so here again, nothing special hand-wise, and I can go ahead and play this Tactician. There are 3 provinces left, and I have a decent lead. I have 11 cards in my draw deck, so I guess I can play this pawn and not worry about triggering an unfortunate reshuffle. And I do draw a copper, which is probably the best thing I could draw at that point. I should draw the remaining 5 cards in my deck, one of which is a Salvager and a gold. So I have plenty of money, and there are 3 provinces left, so go ahead and take a buy on dollar. I don't want to trigger the reshuffle here. And I have 14, so I can go ahead and salvage that estate to give me 16. I don't mind losing the point. I'm considering salvaging the gold, but I don't think it's really necessary at this point in the game. So I can buy 2 provinces, so that's a fantastic draw. And now I can salvage that last province to go ahead and end the game with the lead. So, some fortunate luck early in the game, and I buy a salvager to sort of expedite the game to not give Kirian the chance to catch back up to my point lead. And so that's one of the things with Dominion is when you're in the lead, often you need to really press that advantage, and that's what I do right here. So that is game 2. I guess we pursued mostly the same strategy. I think opening with a pawn was a much stronger move than opening with native village. But other than that, this game mostly I think comes down to me just drawing my Tactician before he does and getting those treasure maps off first, and then buying the salvager to speed the end of the game up as fast as possible. So that is game 2, and onward to game 3.